All right, it is another week, and that means it's time for This Week at Bungie. This is a big hype for us because this is the TWAB before the world's first race for the new raid, The Disciple in the Witch Queen, the newest DLC here for Destiny 2. So we're going to go over the TWAB. We're going to talk about all the juicy tidbits in it. So let's dive right into it. This week at Bungie, it's all about the Vow of the Disciples world first race. What a wild week it's been. It feels just like yesterday we were announcing the Witch Queen, and now we find ourselves on the doorsteps of a world first raid race. Ugh, that's a mouthful to say right there. This is the weekend that many of you have been waiting for, strategically planning your power gains and grabbing armfuls of snacks from grocery store shelves. In under 2 days, the race begins. Let's get you up to speed. So here is the trailer that they put out via Twitter earlier today about the world's first race, showing off all the different locations, kind of clips from all the previous world first raid races. It's kind of cool. Definitely, I'll put a link down in the description. Go check it out. That way you can see everything about it. It teases the beginning of the raid at the big gate, which you've all seen now in the Throne World. If you're new to Destiny or have yet to engage in a raid, this is the pinnacle of our in-game content. Players around the world are challenged to compete, decode devious puzzles, and engage in heavy combat through multiple activity encounters. That is true. Like, DSC was very bad about throwing a horde of enemies at you. Expect no different coming into Vow of the Disciple, which is the name of the new raid, with multiple teams at the final boss trading attempts at reaching victory. So let's kind of go over the rules here. Of course, it's going to be contest mode. This is a unique variant of the raid only offered in the first 24 hours. So if you want to get like that special emblem that always happens for doing it in the first 24 hours, this weekend is when you'll want to do it. Capping every guardian at a specific power level to ensure an even playing field. We announced last week that 1530 power is your target, as this will be the highest power your guardian will perform at against the enemies you face. So let's break it all down here. So the world's first race starts at 10 a.m. Pacific on Saturday, and it'll end at 10 a.m. Pacific on Sunday. So let's go over contest mode here. Contest mode will cap players at 20 power below each encounter for the raid for the full 24 hours of the raid race. Artifact power is enabled, but only provides benefit to players up to the cap of 1530 for contest mode. You'll want to reach 1530 power by Saturday to have a fighting chance in each encounter. Some gear items will be disabled in the raid for the duration of contest mode due to general issues that could provide gameplay benefits. While these items may be used in other activities, perks and functionality on the following items will be nullified with the Vow of the Disciple raid, with additional negative impacts to power levels if equipped. So these are some of the weapons that we have known have had some kind of issues or bugs since the launch of Witch Queen. The Achilleos SMG, the Imperial Needle Legendary Bow, the Grand Overture Exotic Machine Gun, the Wardcliffe Coil Exotic Rocket Launcher, Armor and Mods, Worm God Caress Titan Exotic Gauntlets, Peregrine Greaves Titan Exotic Legs, and Suppressing Glaive Artifact Mod. Interesting. Note, additional items may be disabled if issues are found prior to the start of the race. Stay tuned to @BungieHelp on Twitter for the final list to be published on Saturday morning. Upon completion, the first team to complete all encounters, loot the final chest, and return to orbit will earn the title of World's First. The 6 fire team members present upon completion of the final encounter will be declared the winners and be awarded a World's First title belt. Any members of the fire team who leaves during earlier encounter completions will not qualify. And they'll announce the winners after a validation process at Destiny the Game on Twitter. So that's a cool looking belt, honestly. I kind of like that artwork right now, but it does look like they'll update the artwork after the world's first completion of what the actual belt is. But that'd be a kind of cool belt, I'm not going to lie. We'll be watching as players progress through each encounter, ensuring a fair race among all participants. Any players found to be breaking our terms of service or manipulating game content can be subjected to suspensions or bans. Once we have a record of a fire team crossing the finish line, we'll spend some time validating a clean completion before announcing the world's first via, again, at Destiny the Game on Twitter. Full rules and legal terms can be found here. There's no link there, Bungie. If you complete the contest version, so the first 24 hours of Vow of the Disciple, this is the unique emblem you'll get. I actually really like the color palette on that. Contest mode will be the ultimate challenge for many, but for others, it's more fun and interesting to watch some Destiny PvE legends take this on. We'll be alongside you on Twitch chats and more as players make their way through the activity. So it looks like pretty much like it was last year. You'll have the Raid Day Tailgate hosted by Professor Broman and Rec 1568. And you can watch as like the devs and these other like streamers, content creators, people that play Destiny for a living, their reactions as teams are going through the world's first race, and they'll bounce between different perspectives. It's actually kind of cool if you've never seen that. And then of course, let's take a look at the rewards. This is a big thing for a lot of players, the jacket. So Bungie almost always does a raid jacket. So this is what this one will look like. I kind of dig it. I love the artwork on the inside. If you're looking to show off your participation in the raid launch week and want something nice to wear on your evening walks, players to complete the raid by March 15th at 10 a.m. Pacific time and place their order by March 31st can get this jacket. The seasonal pin for Vow of the Disciple, we also will be introducing a new pin reward for those who complete the raid before the season concludes. Okay, I'm digging that pin. Additional details and a cool preview image will be provided later, so stay tuned to the Bungie rewards page on the Bungie store. And then this is the seal pin here. For those who wish to display their mastery of the raid, players who complete the Vow of Disciple raid seal will also unlock a unique pin to display on their jacket, backpacks, corkboards, or whatever they see fit. This pin will be available to purchase on the Bungie store to qualifying players through December 31st of this year. Outside of the race, there will be great loot for you to earn. Don't worry, there isn't a 24-hour timer on any of the weapons or armor pieces found throughout the raid. Just for completing a single time, there's a pretty sweet emblem for you to collect. I kind of dig this emblem and this art style they're going with. Take your time, hang out with your friends, and enjoy the raid at your own pace. As always, we're excited to watch it as y'all all dive in. And that's the fun part about beginning weekends of raids, is just kind of watching and learning and seeing everything and seeing the mechanics, seeing the story, seeing what's unfolding. All right, so let's dive into some actual meat here of the TWAB. And it looks like we've got some good feedback from where we've been providing, like the player base has been providing a good feedback about issues with Wellspring, weapon drop rates, Ascendant alloys. So let's kind of go over this here. The feedback never stops, and we wouldn't have it any other way. Since the release of Witch Queen, the team has been collecting and consuming player feedback. Paired with some late nights playing the content alongside you all, the team has identified a few areas of improvement. Some things take a bit of time to address, and as we want to make sure that the fixes that we implement do not create more issues for us to solve. That said, the team has a plan of action for Wellspring weapon drop rates, Ascendant alloy drop rates for weapon crafting, and some general notes on areas that we're looking at for the future of Gambit tuning. If you follow Game Director Joe Blackburn on Twitter, you'll likely know most of the following, but we always want to make sure the information is available in multiple places. And I do recall that Joe did tweet something out earlier this week after seeing a lot of feedback from like Glad, Aztec, other big prolific content creators in the Destiny sphere, kind of talking about some of the issues of weapon drop rates, pattern drop rates, Ascendant alloy drop rates, materials for weapon crafting. So let's see what these issues are and how they plan on fixing them. The Wellspring weapon drop rates. Once you've completed the Witch Queen's campaign and begin to engage in the endgame, a new activity appears in the throne world called the Wellspring. This is a fun 6-player match-made activity offering offensive and defensive variants of the activity on a daily rotation. In the Wellspring, players can earn 4 Throne World themed weapons, each offering a variety of perks to mix and match for some fun combinations. Each of these weapons can be crafted, and some of these are required for progress on the evidence board quest from the Enclave. So it looks like in a patch targeting next Thursday, we'll have an increased drop rates for both standard and deep sight resonance versions of these weapons. Ascendant alloys. As you go deeper into the crafting game of the Witch Queen, you'll begin to unlock enhanced traits for your weapons. These come at a bit of a cost. It actually is very, very costly to craft the enhanced perks on weapons, each requiring Ascendant alloys. These currencies are meant to be of in-game rarity, coming from higher difficulty activities as you fine-tune your weapons throughout combat. In addition to the changes mentioned above, we'll be increasing your chances of receiving Ascendant alloy through Master Wellspring completions, not just by the difficulty tier of the activity, but also based on your completion level. So it basically surmises up you have a greater chance if you're hitting gold and platinum completions while you're going through, just like with the Nightfalls and stuff. The higher the level of completion, so like platinum and gold, the greater your chances of getting good loot is. And so it looks like they're tying the Ascendant alloy to that kind of system and giving it a little bit higher of a percentage drop rate, which is nice. Gambit tuning up. Here is the big thing that a lot of people have been talking about right now. While we do not have any firm plans to share at this time, the team wanted to highlight a few areas that we're actively monitoring. Heavy weapon usage. With heavy weapon ammo being available from clearing fronts as you collect motes, it's become far easier to have a tracking rocket or two in the tube, prepared and ready for an impending invader. Yep, I mean, that's pretty much the case that we've seen from playing Gambit. It is just tracking rockets left and right for both defenders and invaders. That is just, it makes the game mute, especially with all of the chances for invasion now, with all the stages of the health pool on a primeval. Gallahorn packs a particularly decent punch, especially with tracking Wolfpack rounds after detonation. Invader frequency. Hey, what was I just talking about? While tuning to general invader frequency has helped us to reduce back-to-back invades from occurring as often, we are still seeing some general feedback that it can be difficult to handle invaders, especially during primeval phases. And let's get into primeval phases health. With the changes to primeval healing, we are seeing more reports of lengthy boss phases thanks to some skilled invaders. That is true. So like we've had one that just went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth because of the stages, the immunity stages, the health stages of the primeval. It can be a good thing. It can be a bad thing. It kind of depends on how the game is going at that time. So it looks like they're going to be gathering a lot more feedback and then bring us some information on this. We've got some information about the Prime Gaming rewards this month. It looks like it is Hard Light for the exotic weapon, the Lethal System exotic weapon ornament, an exotic sparrow, some limited time cosmetics, a ghost hologram, and the One of Us legendary emblem. So if you want to check those out, if you've got Twitch Prime, just go up to like your little crown up there by your login area and you can claim these rewards, and then you'll go pick them up at Amanda Holiday in the tower. Oh, heck yeah. We got some information about the Steam Deck in Destiny 2. I, for one, I'm excited to get my hands on the Steam Deck the more and more information I'm hearing about it. I've got one pre-ordered. So if I ever get mine in, whenever it gets in, I will definitely do like a breakdown and a review of it, play some games on it, and see what everybody thinks. Earlier this week, a help article went live which contained information about Destiny 2 on Steam Deck. We'd like to provide some additional information as to why running Destiny 2 on SteamOS and Linux is currently not supported. Our goal is to maintain a secure environment for Destiny 2 as it features both PvE and PvP combat in an evolving, dynamic world. Maintaining the integrity of our security is a complex and long-term process. In some cases, it means teaming with the partners like BattleEye and following their recommendation. In others, it means choosing to not support platforms that could provide bad actors with ways of compromising our own Bungie development anti-cheat security system. So as of right now, it is not a supported platform. Hopefully, maybe in the future, we can have it on the Steam Deck. That would be really cool. But I know there's a lot going on the back end to actually make that even feasibly possible for the Steam Deck. So keep your eyes out, those that are getting Steam Decks. Maybe we'll get something in the future. Moss everywhere. Let's see here. This looks like the hotfix that they had put out earlier today. We do have a link. It'll pop up right now in the video to where I covered the patch notes. Wow, I'm thinking about Gambit right now, y'all. The patch notes when they came out earlier. You can go check out that video. So TLDR, it looks like they have here. Let's kind of go over this. Players were unable to complete a legendary Dares of Eternity if a lightning round was active. UI elements and round timers were missing from some instances of Dares of Eternity. Players who joined in progress into the final step of Queens and Worms quest were not getting their completion for the Parasite exotic grenade launcher, so they weren't able to acquire that weapon. The Grave Robber perk on the Enigma glaive has been disabled. Hunters couldn't cancel out of a glaive melee combo by using their class ability, so their dodge. Reduced damage debuff from the Renewal Grasp Hunter. Exotic arms only applied on enemies briefly during the initial impact of the Dustfield grenade. Overload auto rifle and SMG artifact mods did not disrupt the health regeneration of Overload champions after a stun. And synth cord couldn't be deposited into the loom for armor synthesis. And it looks like they've got some more things kind of outlining what they did today too. Enhanced 1-2 punch trait disabled due to an issue causing some exotics to deal more damage than intended. We have disabled the enhanced 1-2 punch trait. Weapon utilizing the enhanced 1-2 punch trait will function as the regular 1-2 punch trait until it is re-enabled on March 10th. Enhanced pulse monitor trait disabled. Due to an issue, we've had to disable the enhanced pulse monitor trait. Weapons utilizing the enhanced pulse monitor trait will function as the regular pulse monitor trait until it is re-enabled in a future hotfix. I've never actually, wow, I stuttered like crazy there. I've never actually had a chance to experience these two specific enhanced weapon perks. I know Aztec has farmed up a lot on his, so as Dado, to kind of go over like those enhanced traits. But from what I am actually hearing from the community, even with them broken like this, you have the one off that is just crazily broken, but most of these enhanced perks are not worth the time at the moment. Wellspring armor rewards. Players who aren't getting rewards to drop from the Wellspring activity should be sure to claim any available armor rewards from Finch, the Throne World vendor. Claiming this armor should allow rewards to drop correctly from the Wellspring activity. All right, so these are some known issues that Bungie has here right now for us. While we continue investigating various known issues, here is a list of the latest issues that were reported to us via our help forum. And you can go to the Bungie forum to report any known issues you've come across. They've got links to everything on this TWAB, or you can just Google Bungie help forums and go straight there. Glaive mods are not dropping from legendary Ingrams. Multiple seasonal armor sets are no longer available to equip via armor synthesis. The no time to explain time portal will continue to shoot at a defeated... I'm sorry, I had to laugh at that. The fact that the little time portal from the no time to explain exotic pulse rifle is just constantly shooting at defeated enemies. So there's just a dead enemy on the ground and the little portal is just going pew, 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 pew. That's kind of crazy to me. I wish I could have seen that. Titles gilded in previous seasons are displaying guild count instead of the earned title. The Osteostria catalyst shape cost is required for subsequent reshaping of the weapon. This can be bypassed by reapplying the catalyst during the reshaping process. Interesting. The Paragon shader applies twice on the appearance screen. The Neiman, I'm probably going to butcher that. I'm not going to lie to y'all. The Neiman Strides Hunter ornament appears twice on the appearance screen. Players may receive a joining allies prompt in certain areas of the Thavix boss encounter of the Exodus Crash Strike. Does anybody actually still do that strike? Like, let me know down in the comment. Do you actually do the Exodus Crash Strike? Because like most of us, we skip it out when we get it. Gambit Ingram focusing cost is higher than intended. Dreaming tokens from the Wish Ender quest remain in a player's inventories after the removal of the quest. The Father's Sin sniper rifle does not automatically enable its kill tracker after crafting the weapon. Aeon safe exotic Titan gauntlets are missing a gold stripe. The Logic exotic ornament for the Lament is backwards when equipped. Interesting. The champion mod UI indicators on a player's weapon will disappear after leaving a rift utilizing the Secant Filament's exotic Warlock legs perk. The reshaping the Enigma questline can become stuck on the final step for some players. Ascendant alloy purchase limit on Master Rahul did not refresh at the weekly reset. And so for a full list of the emergent issues, you can click on the links right here in the TWAB to get to it. Then we have the movie of the week. Our ghost said you're about to find out. So Bungie always likes to feature like amazing movies of the week in their TWABs, like user created fan art movies. I really like that Bungie does this. So go check this out. The first one is movie of the week. It's The Tale of Two Ghosts. It looks really, really cool. The second one I'm glad they put in here. It is Bife's Dynasty video. If you have not watched this, go watch it. I can't say it anymore. Like seriously, this is an amazing piece of lore artwork for the Destiny community. Bife is known for his lore. So if you haven't, go find My Name is Bife or Bife on YouTube, Twitch, wherever he is at. Give that man a follow. He deserves it all because it is amazing lore content that he puts out. And don't forget also Mylan Games. Go check him out. I've seen him and Bife collab a lot. I can't talk about it enough. Just go check out their stuff. And then following that, we have the Artist of the Week. And I really like this artwork from Gamma Trap here. That is really, really cool. As a Warlock main myself, I absolutely love it because I have like a Celestial Warlock look going on. I'm sure you've seen it in some of the videos. All right. And we're getting to the final part of the TWAB here. So much to do, so little time to do it. DMG is thanking us for checking out another TWAB and looking forward to the raid race on Saturday. But I want to shout out the Wear TWAB T-shirt that we saw earlier today pop up in the store. Absolutely love it. I am pre-ordering this as we speak. So if you really like the meme, if you like the joke about Wear TWAB all the time, every week, we're always like, hey, where's the TWAB? Wear TWAB, wear TWAB. This is the perfect t-shirt for you. And I love how they did the conspiracy little theory, red lines in the background with all the notes. Go check it out. 10% of the profits of Wear TWAB t-shirt will go to the Bungie Foundation. And that's it. That wraps up this week's TWAB. If you like the information covered in it or you like the video here, leave us a comment below. Let us know what you liked, you didn't like. Don't forget to hit subscribe and that bell icon. That way you know every time we put out a video. We've got some hot videos coming up this week for you. Warlock builds, Titan builds, Hunter builds, a lot of stuff to go into the weekend for the world's first raid race and more. But until then, we'll see everybody in the next video. Bye-bye.